Witam Państwa bardzo serdecznie w kolejnej odsłonie magazynu siatkarskiego Okiem JW, serwis Jastrzębskiego Węgla. Z reguły, kiedy spotykamy się z widzami stacji TVT, w naszym klubie dzieje się coś ważnego i nie inaczej jest teraz. Krótko przed świętami doszło do zmiany na stanowisku pierwszego trenera zespołu. Włoskiego szkoleniowca Ferdinando De Giorgiego zastąpił Roberto Santilli, którego mam zaszczyt i przyjemność powitać w dzisiejszym odcinku naszego serwisu.
Witam.
Dzień dobry, Roberto.
Witam. Dzień dobry.
Zanim jednak przejdziemy do rozmowy z naszym dzisiejszym gościem, chciałbym usystematyzować pewne rzeczy. Otóż Ferdinando De Giorgi, skuszony ofertą potężnego klubu włoskiego Cucine Lubet Civitanowa, rozwiązał kontrakt z naszym klubem i powrócił na Półwysep Apeniński. Natomiast w przypadku Roberto Santilliego sytuacja wyglądała trochę inaczej. Nasz klub porozumiał się z Indykpolem AZS-em Olsztyn, a więc ówczesnym pracodawcą Roberto. Oba kluby dogadały się ze sobą, mówiąc kolokwialnie. Uzyskaliśmy obopólną zgodę na odejście Roberto i tym sposobem włoski szkoleniowiec powrócił do naszego klubu. Jest to powrót, gdyż Roberto w latach 2007-2010 prowadził już nasz zespół z ogromnymi sukcesami. Tym bardziej cieszę się, że mogę w imieniu naszego klubu znów powitać Roberto na pokładzie Jastrzębskiego Węgla. Roberto, witamy ponownie w Jastrzębskim Węglu. Kiedy w maju 2010 roku opuszczałeś nasz klub, napisałeś, że żegnasz świat, który pokochałeś. Skąd ta miłość do Jastrzębskiego Węgla? Co stoi u podstaw tego uczucia do naszego klubu?
Yeah, I remember that moment, and it was very difficult for me because, as you know, I worked in a lot of different places and traveling all around the world. But what I found here, it was a very special atmosphere, enjoying with everybody, you know, not just the team, but management and fans and everything. And as I remember, the emotion that we shared together was so amazing for a lot of reasons, and it's something that you cannot forget. You know, that's something you can keep in your heart forever. So it's one of the reasons when they called me back to come here, and it was like, you know, something easy to decide.
A więc skąd ta miłość do Jastrzębskiego Węgla?
I can tell you, it's like, you know, club has a team. You know, you change management, you see the people passing, you know. Management has players, has, you know, people working inside. But then what you leave in a place, like, you know, the emotion that you had and the joy that you can have with the people make the difference. So, at that moment, you know, for me it was easy to decide because of the memories, but at the same time I know that I'm here to replace the old memories and start with something new. There is something happen in the sport normally, so what you have beautiful from the sport is that what you have done yesterday, it doesn't count anymore, so you have to start and do it the same. But I think here there are all the conditions to replace the old emotion with the other new good emotions. So that's why I'm here.
Jak bardzo zmieniło się Twoje siatkarskie życie od czasu, kiedy opuściłeś Jastrzębski Węgiel?
Oh, my volleyball has changed a lot because I was working, you know, 3 years in Russia, then back experience in Germany, and long experience in Australia. Then back to Poland, had been changed a lot, but what is changed most here is you know, have a new house. That's make a big difference. Working on this beautiful gym with this great organization here, and this is very important. I mean, for the people that is living here, volleyball, like, you know, a real great passion. So finally, we have a much better house here, and make our job easier.
Jesteś pod wrażeniem tego obiektu, Jastrzębskiej Hali Widowiskowo-Sportowej, ale miałeś to to szczęście, czy okazję oficjalnie otworzyć tę halę, kiedy przyjechałeś tutaj z Iskrą Odincowo.
Tak jest. I remember exactly that day because I was surprised that that time the president called me back for this first game, and as I remember, this place was written, was designed, was drawn on the paper, you know, like, and I always think, you know, I always thought that I could come back one day to play inside. So when he called me back, and we were happy to come here with my friend Pavel Abramov, that everybody remember him here. Yeah, it was a special moment.
Możesz nam powiedzieć coś więcej o tych Twoich kolejnych epizodach po Jastrzębskim Węglu? Coś o Rosji, przybliżyć Twój czas spędzony później z kadrą Niemiec, sensacyjny brązowy medal wywalczony podczas Mistrzostw Świata 2014 w Spodku w Katowicach, następnie ponad rok pracy z reprezentacją Australii. Jak to wyglądało?
But starting from Russia, I can say, you know, people from West think that, you know, the East of Europe is more or less belong to the same culture, but it's not. So Polish culture is completely different than Russian culture, and Russian people can be completely different than here. And I can tell you that life in Russia wasn't so easy. Wasn't so easy because, and you know, when you say that life in Russia is not easy, the people think because it's the weather and the cold. But it's not. It's not about this. It's about, you know, feeling welcome in a place. You know, that's connected with what I told you before when I came here. You know, the connection that you can have with the place and the welcome that you can feel in a place. It wasn't the same in Russia. But anyway, we had a very good season, great result over there. So it was a good professional experience. Then with Germans, nobody expected that we had this result, but I have to say it was the first time for me. Vita called me to help the team at that time. We didn't know each other very well at that moment. We had some experience together, but we never worked together, and I was so surprised that he called me to come. And he's a very weird personality. He's a fantastic guy. I love him so much. Like, I think all the people love here, but not because of the result, but because he has a very different way to be, in life in generally. And he's a lovely person. So I shared experience with him, and I shared experience also with the camp I'm from that I hear. Yeah, we did something special, but most of the things come thanks to Vital and what he did there. Australia is a fantastic place. If you can dream a paradise in your life, and then you probably dream Australia, because it's a fantastic place. Like people is amazing, and everybody is smiling and having an easy life, and you can live on the ocean and really enjoy your life there. And there is a place with no problems. I mean, there is job for everybody, freedom for everybody, perfect weather, nature is amazing. Okay, we have some problem with some dangerous animal. We have snakes and spiders and so on, sharks. But yeah, it's a real paradise. If you think about the paradise, this is. The problem there is that volleyball is a very small things comparing the other sport. Comparing rugby, comparing Australian football. So. Despite that, the federation is making a very great job and trying to do everything, but their reality of volleyball is something that is always struggling with. Have a chance to have a good players, having in the national team and the money and budget to let the national team have the best. So it was a great experience, human experience. And professionally too, I can't say anything. It was good to share experience with the really different people like they are, and you know what I mean, because you had a coach here, a Australian coach. Yeah, I was, and I can't say now I'm very happy to have this experience, but it's done, and I can come back there for a holiday. That is a good thing, you know.
Czyli byłeś w raju i wróciłeś do Polski, do polskiej ligi.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, the people used to say that, you're going to Poland, why are you going to Poland? Because this is the country for volleyball. This is the volleyball country, #1. And it's not just because you won 2 times the World Championship in a row. It's because the people really love volleyball. And there is no other country that you can have this feeling. Maybe in Japan you can have for something, but really there is no other country where you can feel volleyball so important as a sport. You know, this is the first indoor sport, and you can see the interesting of media, TV, website, and radio, and whatever is it. And that's something that make our job, you know, different, because a part of my job is to cope and, you know, coordinate the team, but the deepest meaning of our job, I like to say sometimes, you know, the deepest meaning of our job is to make the people happy, so let the people enjoy. And if I see, you know, the whole here, if I see, you know, like here, like it was in Holstein, like it was in Beijing before, if I see the people coming and having experience, having emotion, and sharing the great peak of emotion, then it's make a value of your job. You know, it's not just having a result, but you have a feeling that you're giving something to the people. That's important for my way of life.
Jesteś w stanie porównać Jastrzębski Węgiel z okresu, kiedy przychodziłeś tutaj, a z chwili obecnej?
Yeah, the situation was very different, you know, because it was my first experience. But I remember that I was the only foreigner coach here with the Castellani. Me and Daniel were the only one, and Lozano was coaching the national team. So if I compare the level of the Plus Liga at that time and the level now, the level of the club and organization and the level of players and level of volleyball it grew up a lot. So grew up a lot. About the team we have, about our team now, what I can tell you. When I came here, I started a job with the team that was already done. We finished the season 4th. Then the season after we did some stuff and did better. We did finish 3rd. Then the last season we finished 2nd. Then we won the cup. And you know, every season, if you are able to build something inside of the club, and that's why I'm here. I hope I can be the same. You know, you build up something as a culture inside of the group and grow up as a group. Then the result. Most of the time they can come, you know. Then, you know, result is result. It's not always automatic or, you know, mathematically stuff, and something that you can sometimes have because of luck, sometimes less. But you build up something inside of the group, and the mentality and the professionality and the style of work that is important, and you remain inside of the group. That's why I believe that coach should be able to work for a while in a place and have a chance to follow his way and build up what he think to do.
Jak Ci się współpracuje z tą obecną grupą zawodników w Jastrzębskim Węglu? Czujesz, że razem możecie dokonać czegoś wielkiego?
Yeah, so the first thing I said to them is that I wasn't here for make a revolution. You know, the team were already doing quite well, and you know, I didn't come and with the idea that we had to change everything. And I just say, guys, we have to be ready every day to make something better, some steps. And from my point of view, what I'm trying to do is not to impose my method of my system, but is to give to the players the chance to act better, to be a bit better. So I'm here for helping the team to do as best as he can. And I really think we have a group that can compete high level. So it means the group can compete for a medal. Then of course we have to be prepared, so we have to prepare the team, we have to find a way, working together, understanding together which direction we want to go. And then be prepared for the challenge when the challenge arrives.
Jakie są Twoje osobiste cele na ten sezon?
From the point of view of the coach, the most important thing is that the team perform at the maximum. So the best performance is the real goal of the coach. What does it mean, the best performance? For me is to be able to compete with everybody and of course be in the top 4 and of course be able to get a medal. This is like, the simple stuff, but that's what you can say at the end when you write down the final ranking, and you can see which position you have. But as a coach, I have to think how to prepare the team to be at the top. So what we have to do, our trip, what have to be the trip, which is have to be the station of the trip to arrive and be good at the right moment. And that's why I'm working every day. We work every day with some ideas, how to be a bit better, how to be a bit more confident, and how build up the feeling of the team inside. And I really believe that this team has no problem to compete with everybody. Then what we have to, focus in the mind of the players, so the players should think we are able to play with everybody and we can beat everyone. That's the only reason we can practice every day.
Czyli kibice Jastrzębiu mogą realnie myśleć o zdobyciu tytułu mistrzowskiego. W każdym sezonie, w którym wcześniej pracowałeś, poprawiałeś swój wynik. Najpierw było 4. miejsce, potem 3., brązowy medal, potem wreszcie to srebro i Puchar Polski. Czyli teraz jesteś skazany na złoto.
I mean, I can't promise, any final result. What I can promise is that, if we have time to work on the right way, then we can give some quality on our job. And the quality of what we are doing every day, it can be show every Sunday, every game, and every Saturday. So I can't promise that we're gonna win, but I promise that we are thinking that we have to be prepared to win. So the biggest point is, don't think about just win. Think out how do you prepare to the big challenge. And the biggest limit that you have as a team, as a player, is like what you have in your mind. And sometimes you think, oh, I can arrive 3rd, I can arrive 2nd. Let me pass the expression, but it's just bullshit. You have to think about that you can be better and better. That is the only thing you can do. Then you will be able to surprise yourself. That's what we try to do. Be able to surprise ourselves.
Roberto, na koniec jeszcze coś o samej Polsce. Jak widzisz Polskę 2019 roku? Pamiętam, kiedy przyjeżdżałeś tutaj, przeprowadzałem z Tobą wywiad jeszcze jako dziennikarz gazety. Mówiłeś, że Polska kojarzy Ci się z papieżem, Polakiem, z Lechem Wałęsą i z pierogami. Jak jest teraz? Z czym kojarzy Ci się Polska teraz?
Concerning this a quote that you had, like I was talking about 2 people that make a big revolution here. So Giovanni Paolo II was, a leader of big revolution in Europe. I remember the German, the Berlin Wall fall down in the 90s, and it's thanks to also to him. And Lech Wałęsa was even more than revolutionary leader, you know, here, and everybody knows the story better than me. I like to represent these two characters here in Poland because, as I told you before, sometimes we got some limit in our mind, and we just need someone that let you understand that you can overcome your limits. And if you have a fight, and if you have behind the fight the preparation with the people, and the people is ready, and the historical moment is ready for the big fight, then you can surprise yourself like they did.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Proszę bardzo.
Państwu bardzo serdecznie dziękuję za uwagę i do zobaczenia w kolejnych odcinkach naszego serwisu. Do zobaczenia.